Alright guys, what's going on? Hurricanes are coming in hot to Florida. I gotta film this update because we have some changes. All my friends are showing up at my house. Everybody's kind of getting amped up for the hurricane right now. We're already experiencing some wind outside of my house here in Pinellas County. There's actually been some pretty strong gusts of wind that came through. I was on my phone looking at an update, sitting in a parking lot with my friend, and a branch broke off of a tree and hit his car. So I guess we're already seeing damage from this storm. Where did I want to start? I wanted to start here. Look at. All right, to me, that looks like rapid intensification and rapid organization. It looks a lot more like a hurricane than it has. When I saw this, my perspective on the storm kind of changed. So some things right off the bat to note. One, it's a full moon, which means we're going to have king tides, the highest tides that we've had of the entire month. Number two, this thing is smacking the East Coast and it is joining with like a crazy shear of wind. It seems like they're kind of combined forces. We're going to look at windy right now, which is the Euro model. Goes off of the Euro model. Ticking towards Florida. They're predicting it to turn into a hurricane, have hurricane force winds. And with hurricane force winds come, even stronger gusts. So I'm going to pause right there. It shows it making landfall. Port St. Lucie, anywhere north of the storm, is going to experience the worst effects of this storm. The entire state of Florida will 100% feel this storm. As we can see, the eye makes landfall, hits central Florida. We're going to get 40, 50 mile an hour winds on the Gulf Coast and, Clearwater, St. Pete. Bradenton, there's going to be some slight storm surge on the Gulf Coast from this thing with these big bands wrapping across the state of Florida. But, obviously, we mainly need to focus on the East Coast. I'm going to go to the National Hurricane Center really quick. There she is. Nicole, still a tropical storm. But if you look at the warnings, like I said, it was going to happen. Hurricane warnings up and down the East Coast. I believe there's already evacuation orders in place for parts of the East Coast of Florida. The entire Gulf Coast of Florida now under tropical storm watch. I have a feeling that will change as well. Some crazy updates for this storm. It's looking kind of insane, and it looks kind of scary. I have a feeling this is going to turn into a hurricane way sooner than it was originally anticipated. Late Wednesdays when they're expecting it to turn into a hurricane. But if you want my guess, all of us are just weather enthusiasts. We're just doing our best to provide you guys with our opinions. This is my opinion. This is not fact. I think it's going to turn into a hurricane earlier than they anticipate, and honestly, I would not be surprised if we saw this thing turn into a Category 2, just with how much it's organized and how much it has strengthened. Okay. Where did I want to show you guys? So my plan, I'm going to go to the East Coast. I'm going to go chase some waves. This is looking like it's going to be the most significant swell event of the entire year for Florida. I'll try to, again, give you guys a surfer's perspective on what we're looking at. 10 to 15 foot. It's about as big as Florida gets. It's saying 8 meters at 13 seconds this swell is going to peak at. That's as big, really, like kind of as big as Florida gets for it to still be manageable to surf. So surf's supposed to be insane. I'm going to bring my jet skis over to the East Coast. We're going to vlog the whole thing. Storm surge isn't the biggest worry right now, but it could very easily change if this storm strengthens, which we're kind of expecting it to. Let's go look at the GFS really quick. We can see this thing. You got to look at the millibars because that'll tell us what the prediction is for how strong it's going to be. Yeah, most of the models are only expecting it to turn into a Category 1, Category 2, but that can still do a lot of damage. We're not going to see like it's not going to be like Ian. It's not going to be like Ian. It's not nearly going to, this isn't a guarantee. I'm forming an opinion once again, but I don't believe it will be as gnarly as Ian was. We're going to know a whole lot more tomorrow. I just wanted to film this quick update for you guys and get this out so that you guys can kind of start preparing, because the East Coast it could be really gnarly. 1 to 2 a.m. landfall. It's going to be another nighttime hurricane making landfall. I'm planning on driving over Thursday morning to try to go to the East Coast to try to find some waves. Maybe we'll try to drive right into the eye of this thing, depending on how organized it is, how gnarly it is, yada, yada, yada. More updates will be posted on my Instagram, on my Twitter. If you guys want to like this video to support hurricane relief, proceeds from these videos go directly towards hurricane relief. So, yeah, expect some hurricane vlogs. It's going to get gnarly. It's guaranteed. The entire east coast of the United States is going to feel the effects of this storm. Obviously, the entire state of Florida, but this thing is going to sweep up the coast. Once it makes landfall, it'll move pretty quickly. I don't think you have anything to worry about. If you're anywhere north of, Jacksonville, I think Jacksonville down to, like, Port St. Lucie is going to be probably pretty battered for a couple days. So bunker down, batten down the hatches. We've been through this before. We know what to expect. We know this thing could strengthen. Just keep watching the storm. That is the best thing that you can do. Keep your eyes on it. As it gets closer and closer to the shore, we know more and more and more. But, what we do know is if you are directly north of the eye wall, you will experience the worst effects of this storm. So stay informed. Watch the National Hurricane Center, nhc.noaa.gov. Keep an eye on this thing. They are flying into the storm multiple times a day, giving us all the reports and all the warnings and, flash flood potentials. You got it all here. Go check it out. Go read up. Go see what they're telling you. This is in Spanish. I'm not entirely sure why, but that's not important right now. What is important is now you guys are informed and you guys can make an educated decision on whether you should run away and hide or if you're going to go paddle out and catch waves with me. Anyways, love you guys. See you soon. Tomorrow's update is going to say a lot more. And, we will know much more in the morning. So stay tuned. Stay safe. Hurricane vlogs coming your way.